Hello and welcome to our second Pride Month prompt package. Today we'll be reading 4 stories created for Pride Month. So without further ado, let's get right into it. The first story in this prompt package is a poem. Actually, I don't know if it's a poem. Is it a poem? Yeah, it's a poem. It's titled In the Same Place, and it's based on the prompt write a short story, but I chose to do a poem, including 2 characters from vastly different backgrounds. So this one, let's just get into it, you'll understand what it's about. She brushes her long hair, he combs his moustache. She puts on her dress, he secures his suit. She slips on her heels, he slips on his loafers. They both smile in the mirror. She steps out the car, he's waiting inside. She takes her seat and looks him in the eyes. He hands her a pin, she wears it with pride. The pink, white and blue that they'll never hide. They met years ago in a clinic in London. She was just starting HRT, he'd been on it for months. She'd waited so long for this moment to come, and he sat by her side despite not knowing her. She grew up on a council estate, him in the suburbs, but something about that waiting room pulled them together. Let's come back to now, on their 40th date. Both arrived on time, neither one late. He pulled out her chair, and she took her place, sitting opposite each other, but in the same place. So, of course, that one was about a trans man and a trans woman from 2 different worlds meeting for their 40th date. So this next one is titled Rusted Rainbows, and the prompt was write a short story that follows an archaeologist excavating a city 500 years from now. I'm not sure what 500 years from now would be. Probably 2520, maybe? I don't know. It doesn't really matter. So let's get right into it. The laser brushed away the dirt with ease, a bone buried within. Looks like an old graveyard, Cabby called to their instructor. Let me take a look at that, Locke, the instructor, replied, making their way over. Locke pointed her brush at the rest of the dirt, revealing the dusty yellow bone beneath. It was a person. Pieces of fabric stuck out of its bones, where clothes once laid, nothing but bone, cloth, and small faded metal badge. Pass me the derustifier, Locke gestured her hand to the cabby. You know it's called a Rubik here, they said, making their way over. I know, but that's a blubbersome name. Just call it what it is, Cabby handed over the derustifier, and Locke pointed it at the metal, which instantly began shining in all of its rainbow glory. Pride flooded both archaeologists' eyes as they realised who they had discovered. They both held hands as they looked up to the glitter-speckled dome in the distance. Without you, we wouldn't have our home, Locke whispered to the skeleton. Thank you. Before the pair left, they laid a rainbow cloth over the body. So that was Rusted Rainbows. Now the next 2 are going to be poems. The first one is titled When This Was New, and the prompt was write a poem about a place which makes you feel nostalgic. So I wrote this about the park where I first came out to my best friend. A sleepy swing, a quiet park, the water swooshes gently in the dark. I returned there. It's been a while, I just can't help but smile as I think back to when we sat together and I came out in sunny weather, and my friend just smiled and said it was okay as I finally said aloud, I'm gay. Then we walked together into town and met our friend, and I told them too, those butterflies, when this was new. And our final one was Knight of Pentacles, which is based on the prompt to compose a poem based on a tarot card of your choice. So I actually did the full thing. I have tarot cards because I am a pagan, and I chose whichever card felt right, and it was Knight of Pentacles. So it is a noble man upon his steed, hard-working man who loves to read, caught up in work, never lifts his eyes. From his role I shall not pry, but if I were to confess to him, an ear he'll have open to listening, for he is loyal, is my dear knight, some might say a true ally. In his world, which I can't reach, but takes the time to hear me speak, he's patient with me, protective too. His loyalty will never go askew. Diligent with friendship is my dear knight. He's on my side for any fight. A workaholic he may be, but he will always, always make time for me. So that was our 4 prompts for this package, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.